In this video, we're going to go through the strategy of defeating Phrike in Returnal. This one gave me a really hard time at first, but after finishing the game a couple of times, I think I can now help those who are having a hard time with this boss. Let's begin. His first attack is a slow tracking barrage that's fairly easy to avoid. Just dodge or sprint to one side. I like to give Selena a bit of a buffer zone in between to make sure none of the particles nip at her. The next attack is a circular formation that expands outwards. The safe zone is at its center, so we just run towards it while getting ready to dodge the next attack overlapped with this one, which are streams of fast-moving unidirectional spheres. These are also easily avoided by running to one side. However, Phrike has a tendency to anticipate this attack by shooting it in the direction we are running at. So it's best to do a 180 turn every time we successfully evade a stream, or be ready to dash if we think a certain barrage will hit us. In a lot of cases, this is followed by a really fast vertical laser attack. The trick to avoiding this is to wait for the charge-up animation to finish, represented by several lines. This would act as a prompt for when to dash on one side. At any moment Phrike manages to get up close to Selena, as I demonstrate here, he'll try to attack her with a highly telegraphed slash. We can see it coming long before it lands, but it's best to memorize this now, because he'll use it a lot more often later. Let's see in action what we learned so far and move on to phase 2. While we're running around the perimeter of the arena, this is a good time to remind ourselves to be wary of those two big statues. Sometimes I'd forget they exist and get stuck on the wall while running away and end up getting hit. His phase 2 assault begins with the expanding circular formation as before, except this time he overlaps it with a vertical laser attack. Like mentioned earlier, just wait for the charge-up animation to finish, then dash to one side. We now get introduced to a new type of attack, an expanding circle followed up by a slash. When we see him approach, just dash to one side, then jump over the ring. This time, he will shoot the laser in a horizontal direction. I highly recommend that we jump over it because it is a lot safer than dashing through. One thing to keep in mind about the slow homing missiles is that we'll probably get hit even if we dash to one side if we are very close to him. So it's best to dash away for a bit before sprinting to one side. Okay, let's move on to phase 3. From here on in, most of the moves Phrike will do are very similar to the ones before, he just doubles down on them. Except for this one, an expanding spiral attack coupled with homing missiles from above. We can avoid them by running to one side and either dashing through the spheres or maneuvering around them. As long as we keep moving, the ones coming from the top will not land on us. This is the first pattern of the purple spheres out of 2, overlapped in this case by a melee attack. This is the second pattern, grouped into 6s, overlapped with a laser attack that will go back and forth. You can see here that I had a tendency to jump early, but thanks to the air time and follow-up dash, I was able to avoid the laser. That about does it for his attack patterns in the third phase. Let's finish things up. And there we have it. I hope you found this boss fight walkthrough useful. As always, if you have any questions about the game, the comment section is always open. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.